Speediance Gym Pal. Let's break it down. So this is the Speediance Gym Pal, where that is a Speediance Gym Monster. Think full stand-up solution, where this is the more affordable floor model. The reason I'm bringing this up is there is a lot in common between these two. Think the resistance, the content, the user interface, the accessories, and how a lot of the things function, and I might gloss over some of those a bit because you can learn about that in the video I made about this, and that will allow me to focus what's special and unique about the Gym Pal. So when you're done watching this video, do watch my review on the Gym Monster because it's going to help you understand a lot more about the product line that Speediance has to offer and what you're going to get out of the two. So let's kick this off with what it's like when you receive it and what you have to do to get it set up. First thing, it's a floor model. It's one piece. You take it out of the box, you put it there, and you start setting it up. Very easy. The only work you actually have to do is assembling this bench that I'm sitting on right now, which is an incline bench. Works really well. I've been very happy with it, but that is an extremely easy job. So from there, you download the app, power this thing up, sync it up, and run through the setup. It was very streamlined, very easy. I was very impressed, so anybody's been able to do it, no problems. Before we get too far, let's talk about the price of this unit. The Gym Pal here is $1,350 of this exact moment when I'm filming. The Gym Monster here is $2,430, and options like the tonal are in a whole nother level. And this is important to understand because I love the Gym Monster. I think it's a fantastic unit, but with an option like this, you get to save a lot of money. You have some that takes up very little space, can be stored vertically, rolled around, tucked away, and it can disappear when you need it to, but be brought out and still have a lot of value when you need it. So there are major advantages to a unit like this. You just gotta know the differences in what you're getting. So let's talk about resistance, obviously one of the reasons you're looking at getting this. And to me, it is great. It reminds me of free weights, which I love, but better. And that's because with the click of a button on your phone in the app when you're using this, you can switch between different modes, which changes the experience and maximizes the results you're gonna get. Because instead of just being, okay, I'm lifting 40 pounds and on the way down, gravity's helping me, you can switch between chains, eccentric, standard, and a lot of different things, and constant. It also has a spotter mode. So just like you're in the gym with a buddy working out and you know you're just gonna push to the max, you can't normally do that at home with free weights with a bar hanging over your chest. Well, with this, you still can by yourself in your house because it supports that. It's gonna let you push your hardest, and if it needs to, it'll lighten up so you can still finish that rep or that set. So there is a lot of technology built into this, and it does a very good job with it, that it can very much challenge you in different ways because of the way it can adapt or modify that resistance on the fly. So I feel like it just maximizes what you get out of resistance training. On top of that, it is very smooth. It feels very good when you're using it, but can also be extremely challenging, going up to 220 pounds of total resistance, which probably actually is a little bit more than that because it is digital resistance, and usually it's more than advertised. So to summarize, outside of bodybuilders or other extreme lifters, this is probably going to be a fantastic option for most people. Plenty more to cover, but if any point you want to check this out, I have a free link and a coupon code that do support the channel, and if you don't mind using those, I very much appreciate it. So how do you use this thing? Well, it's a combination of a few different things, starting with the app experience on your phone. And much like the Gym Monster here, the content is the same, so watch that video to learn more about it. But in short, you have individual modes where you can just select different workouts. You can do programs where it will guide you through things. There are manual modes if you just want to lift and just set up the functionality and the features the way you want it, but you're able to use it the way you want through the phone experience. Once you have an exercise pulled up, you can change some of those configurations we've already talked about as far as the resistance style, the spotter, and things like that, and how much resistance you want. Then you get in position and you use the finger dial. And I kind of dismissed this thing at the beginning. I thought it's just a gimmicky thing. I didn't realize how functional and how beneficial it was gonna be. But what it allows you to do is get in position, and then you push the button to turn the resistance on or off. But if you realize mid-lift, this is too much, it's too little, you turn the resistance off, turn that dial on your finger, it will change the resistance for you on the fly, hit the button, start again. You never have to get out of position to adapt the weight to exactly where you want it. And from there, Speediance is gonna remember your settings, so the next time it's gonna know what worked for you and pick up where you left off. And that's just one of many examples of where the technology built into this just makes it so convenient. It learns about you over time. It just keeps getting better and better. Some other things to know on how to use it in the overall experience is that it's very informative. So if you look at this and go, I'm not used to lifting, is this gonna help me? Absolutely. It has personal trainers built in, so you get video demonstration. There are text write-ups with all sorts of information helping you understand the lift, the things to do, the motions, all that kind of information, but it also has voice commands. So as you're using it, it's talking to you. It's telling you things you need to know about the lift, when you have 3 reps left, things like that. So it's very involved, very informational, and it's gonna support beginners all the way up to experienced lifters. So really what I'm trying to say is when you consider everything that's built into this, I don't care if you're brand new to lifting or know your way around lifting, you're gonna be able to find out a way to use this. There are gonna be modes for you, there are gonna be ways to push you, but there's also gonna be ways to teach you if you're brand new. So don't be intimidated by something like this. Chances are you're gonna enjoy it and take a lot from it. So nothing's perfect. And a downside of this being a floor model or something that's always below you is that the resistance is always coming from below you, which is gonna limit some motions you might wanna do, whether that's tricep pull downs, different lat exercises, things where you're pulling the resistance from above you or different directions. It's always right below you. So this is something you have to consider when trying to decide if this is the right match for you. Now, I will say there's usually an alternative type of workout you can do that if you want to target something. So lat pull downs are not an option. Well, you lay on the bench and you do some motions like this. They have alternatives, so you're still able to engage those muscles and you are still able to do so much on this. You're able to target your whole body very well, but yes, there are things that are not gonna quite be there because of the angle the resistance comes from. And to be direct, when Speediance offered to send this for a review, I did not think I was gonna like it. I've been spoiled by the Pelotons of the world, the Gym Monster and the Tonal. Where's that screen right in front of you? All the different bikes, there's that screen right in front of you. That experience that you get from that instructor that's always there. And I thought the thought of not having that screen, of having a phone that I have to pick up, I have to figure something out, I have to put it down, I have to then do what I'm gonna do, then get back to my phone. Where am I at? What am I doing? I thought that was gonna be a nightmare. And if this was cardio based, I think it would be. But with resistance training, you don't need that constant interaction. You don't need to watch things because nothing's changing. You look at it, you get the settings you want in, you learn what you need to learn about the motion you're about to do, and then you put the phone down and you do that exercise. Nothing's changing. You just need to do your sets and your reps. So you don't need that constant interaction. And this actually made this work quite well. I was pleasantly surprised that you can put in what you want, get it set up, put that phone away and do your exercise, and you still have voice commands. Everything still works great. So that whole disconnect of the connected fitness experience I've grown accustomed to, I didn't feel like I was losing that much. And on top of that, I was able to cast to my TV up there and it worked great. So if you still want that visual cue, you want to see the reps counted as you're working out, you want to see them doing the motion in case you want to make sure you're doing something correctly, you can still easily do that. That worked very well. So in short, no screen, no problem. Some other things to note, it does have a built-in speaker, so you can sync to this on your phone and play whatever music you want, which is nice because it enhances the experience. As far as speaker quality goes, I'll say it's good, but it's a little flat. The accessories are also very nice, a lot like the ones that come with the Speediance Gym Monster here, so watch that review to learn a little bit more, but a lot of different ways to work out through those different accessories. It does come with a barbell, but one of the improvements they made is that the attachment point can be moved. So you pull out a tab, slide it into position where you want it, and now that hookup is a new spot. So you can do more with it and tweak how you're exercising with the barbell. So I'm gonna wrap up this view and say, just like the Gym Monster, I think the Gym Pal is an excellent value. When you factor in what you get, the quality of the resistance, the accessories that you can use, the app experiences, and all the different ways you can modify the resistance, the experience, and the programming that you're going to follow along with, and as far as the learning opportunities through the app, there is so much going on, and it's just an overall great value. But then you take into account the monthly fee, which right now, I don't think there is one, and if they do set one up, my understanding is it's gonna be pretty inexpensive. When you compare to options that are $50 or $60 a month to use, that adds even more value to an option like this and makes me love it even more. So at the end of the day, with an option like this, I would feel like I saved myself a lot of money, but I didn't cheap out and get the inferior option, which is great because we all know that sometimes happens when you take the less expensive model. So again, don't forget, down in the description, I do have a link and coupon code, so save yourself some money, but like, subscribe, share, have a great one.